Well, praying big prayers is something our guest today knows all too well. Despite being confined to a wheelchair, Rachel Esdaille is determined to follow the call of God in her life and be a voice for her generation. She hasn't let cerebral palsy slow her down, as she's in the middle of obtaining her Bachelor of Arts degree, majoring in English at Tyndale University, and has recently published her first novel entitled Pictures of Silver. Rachel, welcome to Full Circle.
Good to be here, Anne.
You are one busy young lady, and you're giving me the opportunity to actually be on the couch.
This has never happened.
I have
before,
never
Rachel,
sat
ever.
on the couch in Full Circle.
So you're host today.
Yes. So how does it feel sitting over there?
Oh, wow. This is just absolutely amazing. Hi, Mom.
You go right ahead and you say hello. Now, first of all, I want to start out by saying that a lot of us, myself included, we don't know a lot about cerebral palsy. So give us an idea of what it is and what your life is like.
It actually is, your cerebellum is a part of your brain that controls your movement. It controls your walking and mobility. And what cerebral palsy is when the umbilical cord wraps around your neck and cuts off your oxygen, sorry about that, it can do damage. That's what cerebral palsy is. When it does damage to your brain, then when the oxygen to your brain cuts off.
Mm-hmm. So this happened in childbirth?
Yes, for me.
Rachel.
Your mom. And so life for Rachel is a lot different than life for a lot of people.
I wouldn't like to say a lot different, but it certainly has its challenges.
And you are a gifted writer, among other things. And this is something that was birthed very early in your life. Actually,
I started writing when I was 9 or 10, actually in my elementary school. I wrote a book called My Sister the Pain and My Brother the Bug, and they
It sounds like a typical
a normal family.
Yeah.
and they actually put it in my school library. So.
And Rachel, I just right on this theme, you were actually teary as you recalled. A very affirming, it just ties into the title of your novel, A Word Fitly Spoken.
Oh.
Who encouraged your writing?
Oh my gosh. Well, in 2004, I was 19, and some circumstances went on in my life, which I had to move from my home quickly, so I felt very displaced and very alone and very just awful. And it was an email from my pastor that really changed everything, because I was always a gifted writer, but you know how sometimes you're gifted, but you yourself don't know it. And when your mother says it, it's like, yeah, your mother.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mama. Yeah, you're gonna say that for me. Yeah.
But this was like a person who really didn't know me that well. He knew me for about 6 months before he wrote that email, and it actually came from an email I wrote to encourage him. And it was so funny. I wrote him this long email, and all he wrote me back was 2 lines. And those 2 lines were the ones that changed my life. He said, "Your words are very valuable." He said, "Thank you for your encouragement. Your words are very valuable. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pictures of silver." And that just is like, if he thought my words were valuable, this person that I trusted and loved, they must be. So that's how that started.
You know, Rachel, I look at you and you just radiate a joy. You're beautiful. And
thank you.
But I want to know, because there's so many people who look at their life and their circumstances and are like, oh, I can't go on. Look at this disability or this handicap I have that's keeping me back, or I'm a victim. And you don't live that way. What is it in you that keeps you going every day? What do you pray or say in your mind, or the people that surround you? What helps you every day to keep going?
I am an overcomer. I am an overcomer, and it's not what you're physically like. it's what's inside of you. And we say that, but we don't really get the gravity of what we say. Because I used to always think, people don't see me, people don't see me. But one day my friend says, but God sees you. And when it's His time for you to shine, that's when you'll shine. And a lot of people depend on other people. You see, the problem with me when I was younger, I was depending on other people to affirm me, other people to give me that, oh yes, you're a person, yes, I love you, yes. And that's great when other people can do that, but when God does it, it's so amazing. And in the past year, I've just learned so much about God. It's just an intimacy. When you really get into that intimate place with God, it's like indescribable. And it's like, to get to that place with God, you have to really pray and seek the Lord and be intimate with Him.
I have to ask you, because I know that that wasn't always a part of your life, an intimate connection with God. I have to ask you about when you did make that connection. What happened in your heart and your mind?
Well, back to the same person again. I